For this afternoon, I finally worked through the interview preparation stage to talk about my personal creative labs project. It turned out I has at least four projects I can share, but when I worked on further, I realized for one project I can't use that experience talking about my weakness. As you can see, English is not my first language, so especially for oral and speaking English, that's the most struggling part I was experiencing right now. So I'm experiencing right now. So I've been in that not making real progress in public speaking using English for a very long time, but I didn't figure out a effective way to go through to get rid of the mental obstacle and block I've been experienced for a very long time. But this time I figured out it's a very helpful way to talk just in front of the camera and talk random topics, just share the daily life or like random thoughts in my head, just talking about what's my thoughts on that topic. So I feel like it's very helpful practice for me to prepare my interview questions. So for the interview preparation, I feel like right now I've finally made really solid progress. For example, for the top 10 interview questions, I ranked them. For example, the first one could be tell me about yourself. Well, that's not the top 10 question. That's the first question most interviewees usually ask me. So that's for the introduction one. Another question could be what's your favorite product and why? And several other behavioral questions like how do you handle a tight deadline or a difficult stakeholders or made a mistake or how do you make the short term versus long term or do you make the trade-off decisions, something like that. As long as I was ready to talk about all the projects I've been worked on, I realized those kind of questions quite easy to prepare and to answer. So I'm glad I came back to China and stay at my father's place, and I'm finally ready to move to the next step. Bye for now.